Hi guys, so this video is about how to work through the weekly assignments, what I would kind of call the non-major assignments, and also how to get full credit in discussion boards. There will be separate assignments or separate videos for each of the major assignments. So let's just go ahead and get started. The first thing to know is that within a week, you will have 2 to 3 modules, and each module will have some sort of an assignment component within that. And all of the assignments listed within a week are due on the final day of the week by 11:59. And so for weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4, that means that they are due on a Sunday evening by 11:59 p.m. And then the final week is that abbreviated week. It's kind of finals week and all of that. It's a much shorter week, and everything is due by Wednesday, August 8th at 11:59 p.m. And it's a very minor assignment at that point. You'll have like 3 days to do one thing. But just wanted to give you a heads up about that there is a shift from that Sunday to Wednesday. So let's go ahead and jump in. Within the first week, within the introduction module, you are going to be signing the syllabus agreement. So after you have read through the syllabus, and if you have any questions, you contact me and you kind of get to a place of clarity about that. When you're ready, you're going to do a syllabus agreement, and it's just set up kind of like an online quiz. It's pretty easy. You just hit yes and then move on. And then there's an introduction post within week 1. And this is just because I really love students and I love to know who you guys are. I do really enjoy teaching online. I think there's some huge benefits to it. However, one of the major downsides is that I don't get the connection with my students that I normally get in a face-to-face class. So we have an introduction post and a discussion board in which you will put up a picture of yourself. If you want to get super creative and make a video, that is fine by me. Basically, you just need to answer the questions and make yourself memorable. Give me something to know more about you. There is no requirement to comment on each other's posts in an introduction post at all. So the only grade you receive for it is in actually posting it. However, I think it's always super interesting for people to make connections in these posts and these discussion boards in the class, because you might find somebody who has a really obscure, rare hobby that you have, and you should connect with that person. You guys should be able to get together and do that thing, whatever that is. Or you find out that you're from the same hometown. So please feel free to naturally talk to people in the groups. You'll see me kind of comment on people's stuff, but there is no obligation whatsoever. I'm not grading it per se. Quizzes. So in our textbook, we are going to be covering 11 chapters, and we're going to have 10 quizzes and 1 discussion board over the chapters in the textbook. So quizzes, these are going to be 60. You'll have 60 minutes. They're completely open book, open note, free access to the internet, whatever you want to do. You will want to have read everything prior to starting the quiz, read all of any sort of supplemental material that I've provided, whether that be a link to an article or a YouTube video, something like that. Watch that and then take the quiz, because you don't want to realize, oh wow, I should have watched that YouTube video, and now that watching that is taking time away from my quiz time. So you've got quizzes. You've got 10 total. They're each worth 20 points. I try to give you a decent amount of questions, but not overdo it so that it's super taxing for you or for me. I really am trying to hit the highlights and give you some big takeaways that you can use in your bigger projects and assignments in this class. So you'll take all of your quizzes on Blackboard. Make sure that you follow the schedule and you don't miss any. You'll get a 0 for any that are not submitted by the due date, and there aren't any makeup quizzes. So please, please, please do that. Discussion group participation. So we only have 2 real graded discussion groups, and I always have students ask, how do I get full credit in a discussion board? And I've made it pretty simple for this class because we only have 2. What you're going to do is each discussion board is also worth 25 points, and you will post your original response to my question or my prompt, whatever I'm asking you to do, and you will get 10 points for doing that. And then I need you to comment on 3 people's original posts, and you'll get 5 points for that. So However, please understand that I am grading your comments. So they need to be thoughtful. They need to move the conversation forward. Just saying like, yeah, cool, doesn't really get you any credit. But if you said, hey, that's a really good point. That made me think of page 43 in the textbook when they talked about this cultural, example. That will get you credit, and that moves the conversation forward. So I hope you see the difference between something that's superficial versus something that is academic. So that's how you get credit on discussion boards. The other thing is that you need to post on 2 separate days, at least on 2 separate days. So you might want to set a reminder on your phone, or if you are old school like me and you like pen and paper, write it down on your calendar. Make sure that you're logging on 2 days in a row, and you're going to make a couple of comments. It's pretty easy to do. The reason being is that it avoids everybody jumping on or waiting until the very last minute, and then there's really no quality to the discussion, and that's what we want. So that is really the non-major assignments description and discussion board in a nutshell. So I'm about to post some more videos on each of the major assignments and let you get started on that. One thing I've forgotten to say thus far is that each module will be open, or each week will be open. So like in this first week, we start on Tuesday and we go to Sunday. By Friday, I will have week 2 uploaded. And then by the following Friday, I'll have week 3 uploaded so that you can work ahead and turn some things in ahead of time if that works better for your schedule. And if you are really wanting to work ahead, and I think you should, like the major assignments in this class, you're going to need more than a day to do them. So if you finish week 1, let's say, you started it today on Tuesday, if you finish it by Thursday, I would say go ahead and start working on your worldview paper, because that's due at the end of week 2. And it takes some time. It takes some thought, some consideration. So, and that will all be posted day 1 in the course. And so you'll be able to at least start thinking about that. So hope that helps. And I am here if you need me, mary.s.norman@ttu.edu.